Yo, Facebook. What's up? Nic Peterson here. And yesterday I went live on my marketing plan for 2019 and got a bunch of feedback. You guys are awesome. Let me make sure this is getting shared in the right places because part of my content strategy, which I broke down, part of my content strategy is go live from my business page, which I'm doing right now, and share it all over. And it's actually done some really cool things with the engagement, which I'll share with you. But what I need to do first is make sure that I am taking my own medicine, eating my own dog food, and have to get stuff done in 2019. And so here's the thing, right? Drink some chemicals real quick. Here's the thing. Here's my marketing plan in 2019. I gave that to you yesterday. I'm pretty much step by step. Here's the 7 things I'm focusing on. Here are the 7 priorities for marketing that I'm using, my 7 priorities for 2019. Now, here's the thing. A plan is a plan. A lot of people have a plan. A lot of people have a plan. And then it doesn't work and they complain that they have a plan and it didn't work. Having a plan is different than following a plan. Okay, so how do we have this idea? Let's say we want to lose weight. Let's say we want to show up every day. Let's say we want to do whatever. A lot of times we know what we need to do. I gave you yesterday, I gave you this freaking 7 things I'm going to do every day in 2019. But how many times have you known, ooh, I got to stop smoking. Ooh, I got to eat better. Ooh, I need to exercise every day. Ooh, I should be writing an email every day. And we don't do it. Okay. That gap between what we know we need to do and what we are actually doing, we call that the intention intervention gap. I'm going to show you how we bridge that. I'm going to do it with you. And I'm telling you right now, this might not seem like, oh, super fun marketing tactics. It does not matter how many tactics or strategies you absorb if you're not going to implement. Okay. So we're going to talk about bridging the gap and how I bridge the gap between where I am and where I want to be, what I know I should be doing and what I am actually doing. Okay. Bridge that intention intervention gap. Cool. So let's talk about bridging the gap here. Let me see if I can get a better bridging the gap. Okay. Where you're at and where you want to be. Okay. In business, life, health, whatever. Okay. But we're talking specifically about business. And how do you get shit done? How do you actually get from A to B? We laid out a plan yesterday, but like I said, it doesn't matter if you don't do it. So let's walk through this. Let's be honest here. You know what? Let's get this to fit the screen. You don't need another tactic or strategy. You really don't. If you've been in the business world at all, there's something that works. You know it works. It's not a question of what new fancy thing do I need. It's really not. It's a question of why. I know what works. Why am I not doing it? Okay. I know this works. Why am I not doing it? I know I need to go to the gym, but I slept it instead. I know I need to write this email, but I just hit a block and I didn't. I know I need to go live every single day on my business page in 2019. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you how. Okay. I'm going to show you how to be ruthless about your time and focus, because in 2019, whoever can focus is going to win. In the world of ADD, in the world of shiny objects, whoever can be ruthless about their time and their focus is going to win. Okay. And you don't get your time back. You know, that's the one thing you're never, ever going to get back. And focus is the ultimate force multiplier. If you can focus, everything else you do, when you lay out, these are the 7 things I'm going to do this year. If you have a high level of focus, those things become way more effective, exponentially so. Let me know if that makes sense. Hey, drop a comment. Let me know. How many of you have seen this exercise? How many are you ruthless about your time? Where you're getting caught up, that kind of stuff. So let me know, and maybe we can help you here. So here's what I want you to do. do it with me or record this and do it later. Pull up your calendar. Yeah, pull up your calendar. I'll show you mine a couple weeks ago. Look at that. Mess. Absolute mess. I had gym here. I had gym up here. Oh, that was Thanksgiving too. Mess of a calendar. Okay, so pull up your calendar. And this is all in, this is actually right here in our systems training. Boop. So this is all actually in our systems training, and it breaks it down. It's not letting me log in right now, but that's okay. So pull up or draw out your current calendar. Okay, if you don't have it, you can get like a calendar app and draw it out. And it's not going to be pretty. It's really not. A lot of times we look at people's calendar and they don't have this kind of structure. Mine's color coordinated, but we're looking at context switching. We're looking for wasted time. We're looking for just inefficiencies, right? So pull up or draw out your current calendar. Okay, and then I want you to identify your bridge time. And all that is, your bridge time is simply how much dedicated time do I have? So I want to go from point A to point B. How much time am I spending 100% dedicated to bridging that gap? For most people, it's none. It's I gotta respond to clients. I got client calls. I gotta write this email, and they don't have any dedicated bridge time. If you don't have bridge time, you're in trouble. And we're looking for context switching, right? Context switching. How often are you in the zone and then you got to do a different task and then you have a hard time getting back in the zone? So what we're looking for is context switching in your calendar. It might be read, write, client phone call, and then read, write again, right? You lose hours and hours and hours by just swapping context, switching context all the time. And so what we're looking for here is we're looking for that. Hey, how many times are you doing anything? Then you have to do another thing. You have to go back to the main thing. And we are going to bridge this intention intervention gap. Okay, we're looking for, I want my business to be here. I am not there. I know what to do. Why am I not doing it? That's the question, right? The intention intervention gap. Let's see if I can get this up here. Intention intervention gap. Okay, so that's what we're trying to bridge. If you don't do this, nothing else will matter. This is worth hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars because you may have, I know people that have bought literally 6 figures worth of courses and trainings, but because they don't have a bridge time, they don't bridge this intention intervention gap, they don't actually do the things they're supposed to do, it doesn't matter, right? So it's kind of why I'm not talking about marketing tactics and sales tactics, because most of us, if you're watching this, you know what to do already. And if you feel like you know what to do and you're just not doing it, drop a comment, give me a thumbs up, because if you don't, I know you're lying. All right, so we're going to do this with bridge time. And this is time spent intentionally and solely on bridging the gap between what you want and where you're at. We have to build this time in. And what happens, right? And I see these broken bridges. I'm going to talk about broken bridges a lot. It's super common amongst us entrepreneurs. What happens is we kind of try like a Facebook funnel and it doesn't really work. So we have this bridge from where we're at to where we want to be, right? We decide that a Facebook ad is how we're going to do it. And our funnel doesn't really work. So we have this broken bridge, right? It's not bridging the gap. And because we're ADD, we go to the next thing. We try LinkedIn, and then we go to the next thing. And what happens, we have a whole bunch of broken bridges that almost get us to where we're at. But if we just took the time to fix one of the bridges, right, we'd be able to get over that gap. And so think about bridge time. That's all we're doing is we're finishing a bridge from A to B, right? Most entrepreneurs do have 30 or 40 broken bridges, and broken bridges don't freaking go anywhere, right? You have a Facebook funnel that you half started. You have organic, maybe you have an organic method that works, but you don't do it every day. So it's a broken bridge. It's not getting you across that intention intervention gap. So hopefully that makes sense. And I mean, think about the broken bridges we have, right? How many things we start but don't finish, or we finish but we don't optimize. And I mean, I have like 15 or 20 things that are like half done, right? And we got to eliminate these broken bridges if we're going to get across this gap, across this chasm of where you're at, where you want to be. Okay. So how do we do that? First of all, we make a not to-do list. And if you drop a comment, I'll give you this sheet here. Okay. Not to-do list. What are the things that do not serve you? List them out. Customer service emails, shouldn't do them. Checking Facebook in the morning, don't do it. Check email in the morning, don't do it. I don't check my text. My phone right now is off. It's in a drawer somewhere. There's no notifications. Fill out the things that are no longer serving you. And you're gonna reference this, right? And these are things you should be doing, right? Hitting bridge time every week, enabling your COO, being a system engineer, right? These are the things you should be doing every week. And you actually put a due date and say, as of this date, I will never do these things again. And as of this date, I'm going to do these things. I'm committing to these things. And you'll see how we use this information to build a calendar that facilitates massive, massive progress. Okay. So write out your not to do list. If you drop a comment, let me know. I will send that to you. And then we understand that context switching and inconsistency day to day or week to week is unacceptable. Okay. Don't allow it. You're an entrepreneur. You're a visionary. You like to do what you want to do. That's cool. Me too. But I like to get shit done. I like to impact people. I like to make a change. And inconsistency day to day or week to week limits the amount of impact you can have and how high you can play in the visionary scale, right? You're going to keep getting sucked down into your not to do list. Okay. So make your not to do list, pull up your calendar, look at it, list all the things on there that you should not be doing, that do not serve you. All right, then we start building this high impact schedule. Non-negotiable. If you are not committed to doing it for the rest of the year, don't put it in your calendar. Seriously. Because focus is everything. And if you can't do the same freaking thing every day for a year, then you don't deserve to get where you want to be. And that might be harsh. That's the way it is, right? High impact schedule. So here's how we do it. Okay. Sleep. This is the order I recommend. This is the order I operate in. Sleep. You go to your calendar. Let's start next week here. Okay. Green is sleep. I am asleep by 10 p.m. I'm awake by 6 a.m. That's every day. Sleep is a huge force multiplier. If you don't sleep, you're going to be useless. So I put sleep in. Okay. So go ahead and log your sleep. Just plug it in. Non-negotiable. Exercise. If you do not exercise, you should. I don't care what it is, but you should do some activity. I put mine right here. That's actually gym and lunch, right? Mine goes right here. Non-negotiable because I have to protect my capacity to produce, right? So I produce and I protect my capacity to produce. That's in my sleep and my exercise. Okay, so that's plugged in right there. Now, a meditation or chill the F out time, I put right here. If you don't meditate, you should. If you don't have something that calms you down, you should. Clarity is another force multiplier. Put that time in for yourself. You see, I also have at night a diffuse and focus time. But meditate right here. Get your day started in a way that is going to facilitate a more productive day. Right? Food, you got to eat. Again, protect your capacity to produce. You need to produce at a high level, but you have to protect the capacity to produce, right? If you kill the golden goose, it's not going to give you any more golden eggs. So, food. Food is actually built in right here with the gym. I eat and I work out, and then I eat right here at the diffuse and focus time. So if your schedule is different, plug the food in, set it, forget it. If you're spending a bunch of your time like trying to figure out, oh, what am I going to eat today? Go to Uber Eats, wait for them, get them at the door, eat at your desk. Like you're productivity is going to go down the drain big time. Like huge, huge, huge. I can't even tell you how much money you're losing if you don't schedule your food and just set it and forget it. If you're a foodie, so be it. That's a sacrifice you're going to make. But schedule your freaking food. Okay. Shower. I do that right here in the morning. Right when I wake up. So I don't schedule it. It's also, if I don't in the morning, I do it during this gym time. So I block that out for like gym, food, shower, right? Your daily actions and your project time. Okay. So here's daily actions that are going to move the needle. This to me, bridge activities and project time is bridge activities. Okay. So daily actions, you know what I want to do, right? What bridges the gap for me is collecting enough data on this process to determine the efficacy. And I'm doing it on with a few different people on a few different platforms. So my daily projects, I'll just build this with you right now from 9 to 10 a.m. Facebook Live training. Okay, and all I'm going to do here is I'm going to give it a color because I like the color coordinate stuff. And it's going to repeat daily. There's some bridge time for me, right? There's some bridge time. There's some work time. It's in the calendar. It's not going anywhere. Non-negotiable. Okay. Once it goes in there, it's non-negotiable. If you're not going to commit to it, don't put it in there. Project time. Project time for me is actually all this white space. White space is project time because I like projects. That's my funsies. Time off. Give yourself time off. I find that I go 7 days a week and I'm okay. If I go 6 days a week, I'm on fire. So Sundays, right here, I plugged it in, took it off. Okay, if you want to take Saturday and Sunday off, you want to be off by 5 p.m., plug it in and refuse to negotiate with yourself. Super important that you do not negotiate with yourself. Okay, and then there's a planning time. Planning time for me happens right here. Right here, plan tomorrow. See, 7:30. I just plan the next day, lay it out, figure out what's going to go in this white space, which is project time, and then work. Okay, work is going to be sales calls, Q&A. It might be anything that is just day-to-day other stuff, right? Just there's your daily actions for bridge, project time, which is bridge, time on planning, and then your other day-to-day stuff, just stuff you got to do every day that's part of your job. Might be manage your team, hire or fire people, and that gets plugged in. And so for me, obviously, I have a link here. That's our meeting with the Abraham group. You see, we have a standing meeting. I also only do standing meetings. So I'm doing the same thing every day. This week got messed up. Right. And so this is how you get stuff done. Now look at this. Worst day. You think of the absolute worst day, because I've committed this. I've been on autopilot. On my absolute worst day, I've slept 8 hours or 9 hours, right? I have read or written for an hour and a half. I've eaten the exact same amount of food because I eat the same thing every day, and I've gone to the gym. Okay, that's the worst day. And I've done a Facebook Live training. So on the worst day, I have the least productive day where I don't feel creative. I'm tired. I'm sick. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to think of anything. I don't want to deal with emergencies. I have slept. I have read for an hour and a half. I've meditated. I've done an hour of Facebook Live, which is an asset, and I make sales. I make sales from Facebook Live, right? It's an asset. It's goodwill in the economy. It's marketing. It's sales. It's relationship building. It's authority building. And I've gone to the gym. Okay. That is more. If you do that every day for a week, to be honest, if I do that every day for a week, I've done more than 99.9999% of the population, even the high performing visionaries that just take a day off every now and then. Right. And so if you build this with your bridge time, and you're intentional about bridging that intention intervention gap, you will get more done. You will cross that chasm of where you are now to where you want to be. And that's what you've been trying to do this whole time, right? So it's one complete bridge versus a ton of broken ones, right? Let me know if that makes sense, because it's not super sexy. It's not the quick path to cash, even though it really is the shortcut to all the money and whatever it is you want. You want fame? Put that in your calendar. Do the things that are going to make you famous in your calendar. You want impact? Do the things that are going to make impact in your calendar. This will work for whatever you want to do, as long as you build your not to-do list. You don't do the things that do not serve that bridge that you're building. You quit context switching, eliminate inconsistencies, and then you build your calendar, right? You just build your calendar. Now look, probably get more done than most human beings ever will with this calendar right here. And look how much white space there is. Like, look how much free time I have. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 7 hours of content. That's 7 hours of video and assets. My team can pull the audio from it. They can transcribe it and write an article about it. This is content. This is more content than anybody could possibly consume. And look how much free time I have, right? And so it's really, really simple, like clockwork. When people come into the system, right? When people come into the system, which is really what we want to talk about, is accountability and support. Okay. It is worth hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. I know a guy named Melvin, great dude. And he takes 10 clients a year and they pay him $1 million a year just to be accountability partners and support partners. Okay. So it is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. To some people, it's worth $1 million a year, because a finished bridge, just the final push to cross that chasm permanently, finally, and build something robust enough that it's going to be sustainable, is literally worth $1 million of those broken bridges that you've been paying for and putting time into. Okay. So time and focus. And if time and focus is not something you're super interested in, then don't watch my videos, because you're not going to win. You're just not going to succeed. And that's okay. As long as you know that, commit to doing this, or let us do this for you. Honestly, if you're going to buckle down and do it, you are going to make so much money. This is one of the things we do really, really well, is, like I said, the actual systems training, which I'll show you guys. I'll give you an inside peek at our systems training. It's a transition from entrepreneur, solopreneur, to hyper productive business owner. It really is. And you see here is where we start the machine, strengthen the machine, master operations, master finances, right? This is where your profit margins go up. You have a smooth machine, everything's cruising. But look what's first: clarity and control. Your goals, your time, bridge time, not to do list, high impact schedule. After a week, right? If you're good, if you know how to market, you know how to sell, after a week, people are going from 40 hours a week, and just because of the accountability and support, getting cut down to 8 hours a week, which means you can make 5 times more money or work 5 times less with the same money. And that's invaluable. So work through this stuff. Seriously, find a replay of this. There'll be one somewhere. And before you go find a new thing, be ruthless about plugging in the things that work and doing them every day, and building a schedule that facilitates this. Even on the very, very, very worst day, you're taking a step towards bridging that gap. Cool. And if you want me to do this for you, because I will, just hop on. You can go to my.masterymode.com/multiply. You can go there. Lifetime. There's still a lifetime. I had to think about that for a minute. There's still a lifetime link. You can no longer do the $47 a month. But if you pop there, or if you pop on even better, show you how to do this to your whole business. There. I just showed you how to get your life together so you can get shit done. There's a replay of a live call. Okay. my.masterymode.com/live call. Replay. There's no opt-in, just a landing page with a replay. Talking about exactly how we do this with our business. How do we audit our business and reverse engineer, determine what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done, what can be delegated, and when you know you need help, right? Because most people wait till it's too late. So hopefully that's useful. It's more important. It's way more important than showing you how I'm retargeting people. Everybody wanted to know after yesterday is how are you retargeting people? And you know what's way more important than knowing how to do something? Actually doing it. Bridging that gap between what you know you need to be doing and actually doing it, and piling more stuff onto the former, the things you know you should be doing, does not help you do it. Cool. Chantel, thank you for dropping a comment. This was like the lowest engagement. Not a popular subject. It's really not a popular subject when you're not promising, $50,000 months and fancy retargeting and fame and celebrity. But if you want fame and celebrity, that is completely different than making money. Completely different. People that are famous are good at being famous. People that make money are good at making money. And people that are good at making money do the same freaking thing every day. And they schedule their bridge time. Okay. They bridge the intention intervention gap. So do that. You guys are awesome. Give this a share. Give this a like. Our ads account shut down, so it's not going to get much reach. But that's it. That's all I got for you. Hit my.mastermode.com/live call. Check out that replay. It's with Katya. She is a world-class human. There's really no call to action on there. It's just value. How to schedule this bridge time for your business. Cool.